Alright, today I'm going to be going through how to replace a hard disk drive and with an SSD, and how to then clone it from your operating system from the hard drive to the new SSD. So here we go. First thing you need to do is obviously make sure your machine is turned off, which this one is. You want to always remove the battery when you're playing with something like this, something as simple as that. You'll then need to get a small little kit like I sort of have here, and this one here needs just some small Phillips heads. You want to remove this cover. So that's a case of just removing. It's a good idea is another good idea when you're removing stuff like this is to get some small magnets, and you can stick things on like this. You won't lose them, which I find very, very handy. There we go. See, stuck on a couple of magnets like that. Set this aside, and now we just need to pop this off. Does it slide off? Ah, slides off. There we go. That one slides off. We'll put that aside. Now, holy moly, we need to give this a clean too. You can see how dusty and dirty that is, so we'll also give that a clean while it's out. This is the actual hard drive, which we'll be cloning. It's a 320 gigabyte drive, so I'll probably replace it with, I don't need that much storage on this, so I'll probably just put a 250 gigabyte storage SSD in there. I also did upgrade this to, in the past, the RAM slots here. I put an extra 4 gigs of RAM in there, so it's only got 8 gigs of RAM, but it's fine. So that is absolutely filthy, that fan. I'm actually tempted to remove that and take that and blow that out with a compressor. Let's see if I can remove this. I'll take these screws out, which are actually slightly different. I'll give this a bit of a clean while we're here. See if I can take this out simply. It looks to be a little to there, and that comes out. So I'm going to take, if you can see that very well, that is absolutely filthy. So I'm going to go and clean that, and have a look at that. Have a look at that. This is why you need to inspect your machines every now and again and give them a clean. So, oh my lord. Alright, so I'm going to take this down to my shed, and I'm going to give this a clean. So bear with me, we'll be right back. Okay, we're now back. I have cleaned this out. I've cleaned out that little heat exchanger there. We will reinstall this. Get them singed down. Don't over tighten these, just strip them. Beautiful. Now, that's all clean. What we'll do is we'll pop this back together for now. Actually, one thing I need to check is make sure everything here is, all of these are all clear, which they haven't very much are. So what I'll do now is I'll actually pop this back together, because obviously we have to clone the drive first. One of the first things we have to do is we have to, using the current laptop, we have to clone the hard disk drive, excuse me, the hard disk drive to the SSD. Now, what I purchased is a Crucial MX500, 2.5 inch, obviously, SSD, 500 gigabyte. There we go. And this has, on its back, this has actually its own data transfer software. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, I'm going to install that on the laptop, and then we will plug this in using a trusty SATA connector, which you can buy from any sort of computer shop or eBay or whatever like that, into that. And apparently this software is quite good, and it'll do it for me, and then I can then go ahead and remove the actual old SSD hard disk drive and then put in the new SSD. So what I might do first of all is we'll open this up and see what this says. And here is the actual SSD. It weighs absolutely nothing, so we'll set that aside for now. Not sure what that's for, might be a little spacer. We will read the instructions. And go from there. Alright, so we need to connect this up to here. And let me just put this down here so you can see what we're doing. And then that's into there. I heard a little clicking. Bloop, bloop, bloop. So download the software. We'll download that. Which is going to take a while. We'll be right back. Alright, what I've done now is I have downloaded the Crucial software that you get online with the new SSD. I have installed it. I have gone through the process of plugging in obviously the new SSD to the computer via a SATA to USB adapter, and it is now in the process of cloning it. Have a look here. I don't know if you can read that or not. And we'll just find me back here. We will just let it go through its process, and I'll get back to you once it's finished, and then I'll show you the actual replacement of the hard disk drive, taking that out and putting the new SSD in, and fingers crossed it should be an exact clone duplicate of my operating system, and should hopefully go from there. So we'll see you soon. Okay guys, the cloning process of the hard disk drive HDD to the solid state drive, the SSD, is complete. And it obviously says turn off the computer, remove the source drive, install the clone drive in place of the source drive, and then turn on the computer again. So coming back to me, on me, that's it. Guess what the next step is? to do exactly what that is. So now we'll be turning the computer off, or remove the battery, remove the back cover, and we will swap one for the other. So let's get into it. Alrighty. Computer off, turn the computer off. We will now flip her over, remove the battery, set that aside, and remove these 3 screws I need to remove again. So we'll get you a little bit closer here. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Now, as before, this slides off. We'll set this out of the way. And now it's just a case of taking. Well, actually, what I'll do is I'll take these off. I'll pop these aside with the lid. It's a case of taking out this hard drive sled, which is also 4 more screws. What I might do is sit this up here so you can see this a bit better. One, 2, 3, 4. And then generally what you do is push it aside and then lift them up out of the way. Now, if we have a look at the size of this, the thickness of it, we're going to have to use a little spacer. So, you can see the difference in thickness. We'll have to put the spacer. So look, if that sits like that, you can see there's a small discrepancy here. Oh, hang on. Where are we? So the spacer will have to sit against this bar here. Alright. So it's the case now of taking off these. There's a removal of the hard disk drive, 320 gigs, ditched now for the 500 gig one. Now, like I said, you're going to have to put this little tiny spacer in here. And screw it all back together. Okay, give this a cinch up. And then we can now install it. Just in case I'm sliding it down like this, sliding it forward. Just reposition this. All the holes line up, and now we got to just put the tray bolts back in. One more to go. It's so tiny. It's not funny. Okie dokie. Now, that's installed. We will now pop the cover back on. These screws back in. Reinstall the battery. Right, click that in, lock that down. Alrighty. Next step. Plug the power back in, and we'll turn it on, boot it up. This See what happens. Hopefully everything goes to plan. Probably should have done the, now I think about it, I probably should have done the updates before. Probably should have done the updates before I did this, but we'll just let it go through its thing. It should be okay, and we'll see what happens. Anyway, oh, there we go. And let's see what it looks like. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, here we go. Open up this PC. There we go. Properties. Done. Beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. So, there we go. A simple swap from a hard disk drive clone to an SSD done. Everything seems to be working properly in here. Let's open a few programs up. All security's working. Everything's a lot faster. Let's run a few things. Wow, that is so much faster than before. That's really good. Unbelievably faster. And we've also gone from that 320 gig, obviously, up to 500 gigs. So, oh wow, that's done already. Wow. Updating. Wow, that's very, very fast. That's very, very cool. Much faster. This would take. I want to be able to do this for a couple of minutes, for 5 minutes. Downloading so much quicker. Updating and installing the updates. Wow, that's so fast. Good idea. So yeah, if you've got an old, this is an old laptop. It's AMD A6 CPU for. It's a 4-core CPU, but what I was finding was the CPU was only 20, 30, 40% usage, but the disk usage was like 100%, and it was taking forever to, when you turned it on, to be able to load anything. It was taking just forever to do anything on it. It was frustrating. I mean, I know on my home desktop PC, which you can see over here, I mean, that's running an AMD Ryzen 5 2600, which is now out of date, considering the new Gen 3s have come out. But this is brilliant. You know, this is so much faster. So if you want to update an older laptop, I'm getting a excuse me, getting a larger SSD. You can get one the same size, I suppose, if you wanted. But these days, 500 gigs. You know, it's for like $100. It was like $99 Australian for that. It was obviously a Crucial. We went with a Crucial. See that? MX500. Comes with the software to clone, which is even better. So you don't have to rely on that free stuff you can get on the internet, which sometimes I don't know if that works or not. This is it's a good upgrade. So yeah. Okay, I'm ready to press this. I got a little timer to show you at the same time. Ready, set, go. This process used to be so annoying. So, now at the splash screen, I'm putting my password. Who cares if you see it? No one's ever going to know. And click on YouTube to open. And oh, it's opened up Google Chrome. Anyway, bang, there we go. Right. What the hell? Okay. Righto. Okay, so there you go. So there we go. Like 30 to 40 seconds. What was it, like 20 seconds to the splash screen or something? If I had been more on the ball with my mouse, I probably would have got it under a little bit more than that. But like 30 to 40 seconds between turning it on now and being able to go into Google or YouTube or anything like that. That took a bit longer, obviously, because obviously it opened up Google Chrome and YouTube at the same time. So it's just the world's better. Like with this SSD, it's made my laptop go from something that's usable but frustrating, to say the least, to something that is actually now quite enjoyable and actually cool to use. And as I said, I've also gone for 320 gigabytes of storage up to 500 gigabytes. So the increase in capacity is always a good thing for more storage. So there you go, guys. Until next time, this is Michael from Tech and Tactical. Take it easy.